And a lot of buzz with this one, extra buzz, Charles, because the Dolphins trying to become the first team ever to win the Lombardi Trophy inside their home stadium.
And it looked like the Vikings had a heck of a chance a couple of seasons ago, didn't it? They were rolling in the playoffs, possibly could have gotten there, came up just a little bit short. A number of teams have had that chance over the years. Detroit, they've had the Super Bowl in their stadium. I guess the closest we've had was when San Francisco won it in Palo Alto in Stanford Stadium just down the road. But the Dolphins' last Super Bowl trip was 1985. A loss to those Niners, ironically enough, in Super Bowl 19. Where? Stanford Stadium. They won it twice, but you have to go back to Super Bowl 7 and 8. 1973, 1974. Hard to believe that proud franchise hasn't won one since.
Meanwhile, it wasn't too long ago that the Atlanta Falcons were in the Super Bowl, and that's one that Falcon fans want to forget. 2017 Super Bowl 51, but now they're back in the big game for the third time in franchise history.
And there's no way we can get to this game without remembering a few of those details of that last Super Bowl appearance. They were up 28-3, ended up losing in overtime to New England. Give them a ton of credit for putting that game behind them, getting back to the Super Bowl so soon. That shows a lot of character for this franchise.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on fourth down here. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Play action. Now Jackson going deep for Diggs. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yellow! There's a lot, Eddie! Yellow!
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Daniil Hunter just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go. On third down, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Throwing out first down is Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. A very solid gain of 27. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 25-yard line. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more.
43! 43!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one-up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Jackson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. In for the sack, Deion Jones. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. Big hold of the 30. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down and more. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Well, I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eluding the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way. Trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. And he will find Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have this.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now it's Mahomes again. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 5-yard touchdown run. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jackson going to throw again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They go play action here on 1st down. Gets this one to Hill. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 30.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And a Falcon first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Push him back. Hey, 57, 57. Let's go, baby.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now here's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
This one should have gone in favor of the defense, don't you think? They flush the quarterback to the left side. He's a right-handed thrower, so you know how difficult it is to get your body back around and make a good throw, let alone to the middle of the field, and end up getting a completion to his big tight end.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. One play has them to the 37 here for first and 10. To throw is Jackson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. On second down, McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on third. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. Here's Jackson to throw, and it's complete to Kelsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Grady Jarrett breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. It's complete to Diggs. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson flushed it, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Lamar Jackson with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead. Now Jackson, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one, and he coughed it up. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead... They'll keep the possession on the INT.
Intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
The way with the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Mahomes now to throw. That one complete to Hill. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
Right here. Yellow. Right there. 54. Right there. Bravo! You must be right.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Joey Bosa. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 in Arizona, 51 in Houston, now this one. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's fourth down.
Hey, 43, 15.
54. Now stop. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
Hey, let's go.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short